Are they really playing Ave Maria for the build-up to the IOI showcase?
What more iconic song do they have?
That's kind of it. Hello, everybody. This is a reaction to the big showcase from IOI. Let's learn about Hitman, perhaps. Let's learn about 007 First Light, which I think is a really good name.
Yeah.
We talked about that, but that's like great little origin story. You got it all. This is MinnMax, place about games, friends, and getting better. I'm Ben Hanson. Thank you for being here. We're here. We're ready to react. Leo Vader is here with me.
I'm rearing to react, bud. We just went to dinner, and I hadn't eaten anything all day, really, and I had one beer, and it got me pretty tipsy.
So, if you want to see a man hoot and holler, you came to the right place. Speaking of hooting and hollering, nothing will get you hooting and hollering like a Nintendo Switch 2. Refresh, pre-order, refresh.
Yeah,
no need for any of
anymore.
that. Yeah, goodbye. Throw your refresh button out the window, Mark Zuckerberg, end of social network. What we're talking about right now is Nintendo Switch 2. Here's the thing. We're not sponsored by Nintendo. This is nothing. But we have an extra Switch 2. And so we will ship you a Nintendo Switch 2 if you're watching this. Here's the catch. It's not a catch. Catch sounds negative, doesn't it?
Here's another fun thing about it.
Yeah, all you gotta do is you subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast, subscribe to the MinnMax Show podcast, and you leave a review on Apple Podcasts, and you include your social media username.
It is hard to be satisfied with a place for this.
Yeah, I think right there is it.
Okay.
But we could be talking about Instagram handle, Discord, Blue Sky, Twitter, whatever you like. Leave some way to contact you. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts for the MinnMax Show after you subscribe.
Any star rating?
Yeah, that is true.
Be honest.
Be honest. Judge us accordingly. And then we, of course, will be randomizing and picking one winner for a Switch 2 here on June 10th. And so we'll reach out to you. So if you want a free chance to get a Switch 2, and yeah, we're not charging you. I hope that's really clear.
No.
We're going to ship it to your darn house. I'll probably write a note in it as well.
Wow,
Not
that's
on the
nice.
screen, you know, but like a post-it note or something.
And if I may, Hitman World of Assassination available at launch on this bad boy,
It was
huh?
cool to like see the store that they were like pushing it front and center for like this is it. This is a big game to have at the launch, of course.
That's right. My favorite game ever.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that. Leo, #1 Hitman fan, which is why we're excited about this showcase here. Hitman, one of the big three, on the front screen there.
That's right. It's Hitman and Bond and Mindseye.
Chat, let us know what the volume is, everybody, if you want us to be louder, quieter, all that fun stuff.
It seems really bad quality audio.
Yeah, what's going on? Ave Maria sounded like beautiful and graceful and natural, but
Right.
something about that. Bump it up a little bit. Maybe if it's louder, we'll appreciate it more.
Right.
Can't believe they have a showcase. This feels like
It's strange.
it's like Gearbox having a showcase, you know, from your E3 a couple years ago. It's like, what? Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I guess.
Hello, everyone. Gamers of the world, welcome to a celebration of play, creativity, and passion. Welcome to the very first IOI Showcase.
You want to know who she
We're
is?
live from the Roosevelt
She's the host of the
Hotel in
IOI
Hollywood.
showcase.
And I'm
Okay.
Brittany Johnson. I'm going to be your host for the night. We're going to have a really fun night talking about games, first
Friends?
looks, deep
Oh.
dive, and yes, sprinkle in a couple surprises.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll finally get to meet the creators of the magic and have a panel at the end of the show, too.
Fine,
So
we get to
buckle up,
meet.
power
Ian
up,
Fleming?
and lock in. Our first
Ah!
guest is none other than the CEO of IO Interactive, Hakan Abrak.
This is so nostalgic. This feels
This
like
level.
one from 2013.
Yeah, it does feel like we're doing a reaction stream from in the past.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of Hitman. From a team of few passionate tech pioneers, IOI grew to build more ambitious projects, such as Hitman, World of Assassination, which created
Yeah.
its own genre with a single-player game that gave thousands of hours of fun. On our mission to bring
The
Hitman
low teleprompter
everywhere,
don't work.
whether-
Don't have it be on
whether
the
it's
floor.
by
No, you
bringing
can't do
Hitman
that.
to new platforms or
Budget.
by collaborating with celebrities as elusive targets, we just reached a new milestone, as we count 80 million players in the World of Assassination.
Are you technically an elusive target in the game? Because of the MinnMax crossover thingy?
No, you can kill me
And
anytime.
25
Oh, cool.
million units sold since 16. Our fans have supported us all these years, whether they recently joined the ride or joined it as early as I did.
How do those
So,
numbers work?
I just want to say,
Players
Thank you.
versus units sold, so it's like free trials or something?
They do a lot of free trials. Just one level free at a time type stuff.
That's nice.
It being the 25th anniversary really opens up all of the Hitman stuff they can do here as far as time spent at the presentation. We just got the Le Chiffre from Casino Royale elusive target reveal in the Summer Games Fest panel.
I mean, when's the last time there was a elusive target dropped?
2 months ago?
Oh,
Maybe it was...
never mind.
Maybe time's flying really fast and it was longer than that. But it was the Jean-Claude Van Damme one. Was the last big one.
Really? Was it
Yeah.
fun?
Yes. It was... they kind of definitely have slowed down supporting the World of Assassination trilogy. And that was a surprising return too. Like, this is basically a new level. This is a total twist on the Chongqing map.
Did they get his voice and stuff?
Yeah. They do collabs with celebrities who get canceled 2 weeks after the content comes out
Oh, cool.
with the Conor McGregor stuff as well.
Oh. What was he canceled for?
Heinous stuff.
Okay.
I forget. I'm mostly mad I didn't buy it before it went away.
Oh, did they pull it because of that?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. The hell? It sounds weird to us too. I want to make You're not alone. Now we're talking.
This is the one I like.
I can bump it over there in the hardware. Did you change the slider by chance, or is it just a weird stream?
I think it's just a weird stream.
Are we making it be a weird stream, or are they doing it?
I feel like from the visuals too of the camera on the stage, it's kind of giving the old Game Informer studio. Like old cameras run through an old system, you know? It makes me feel like it's not on us. Time limited anniversary edition.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christian, Chief Creative Officer at IO.
It's the definition of a smattering.
Hitman and the World of Assassination launched in 2016. So we're coming up on almost a decade of a live and ever-expanding game, including our very popular elusive targets. Back then, we created the opening level in Paris as a sophisticated, high-stakes location for a classic international spy thriller. And today, it becomes the perfect backdrop for a crossover between Hitman and James Bond.
Right.
We're introducing the iconic
fly down?
Bond villain Le Chiffre as an elusive target, and it's a perfect fit for Hitman.
Weird
and
ass
Paris,
underwear.
And we are immensely proud to team up with Denmark's own Mads Mikkelsen for a reprisal of his iconic role.
They're Danish. That's why they're
So it's
making such a
time
big
to
deal
look at
about.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense now.
Please welcome IO designers Eskil and Martin.
So excited for this.
It's funny that they're making it seem like a showdown between them, right?
Yeah.
Good morning, 47. Your target is the elusive shadow banker, known only as Le Chiffre, a financial mastermind with suspected ties to the criminal underworld.
These audio levels are on them.
He has made a fortune manipulating global markets by orchestrating disruption
hope
to
so.
drive
Has
stock
anybody seen this
fluctuations
raw?
in his favor. However,
Since we're streaming it
a
late?
recent failed venture left
Anybody
him in
raw
dire
dog this one?
straits, losing vast sums of both legitimate and illicit capital. In a desperate bid to recover,
This is
he has
definitely the
arranged
cutscene that
a
plays when you
high-stake
start
poker game
the mission.
at the
Okay.
Casino
In-game.
Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable. Should Le Chiffre succeed, it will fortify his ability to fuel a dangerous
What
network.
year is it
An outcome they
when this is
cannot
happening?
allow. Be warned, Le Chiffre is calculating and ruthless. He will not go down without a fight. Good luck.
I guess it's before Bond killed him.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Guys.
Wait, I don't know if Bond even
Just
killed
gonna
him.
show a little sneak peek of what's happening in the level. So we jumped in a little bit.
Well, you don't need to do a sneak peek for something that's out right now.
Obtained this invite.
Do you know? I'm excited. I love IOI. I was a little nervous about them doing a showcase by themselves.
There's a guard that he
It's a little
sort of needs
snuck
to deal
puck.
with. And as we
I'm gonna
know,
go get a beer.
47,
Good call. Good call.
everything in his hand is a weapon. So he's using
Yep.
the
Classic
trusty
Hitman
old
gameplay.
suitcase.
throat clearing audio.
Hide the body because the devil is gonna spiral out of control.
You know what?
And what he has
I don't
in
want to
it
see it
is
before I do it. I
cyber
never do. I love learning it as I play it.
What you want from the showcase?
as a
Here's my dream of dreams.
Get a good look of
A roadmap of which they do all the time.
Yeah.
4 quarters a year. Here's our
Right.
Hitman roadmap. Featured contracts, all that usual stuff. I want it to say freelancer update. New targets for freelancer. New map variations brought in that we have in the game already. People have modded in. Official support for the map variations. Just like things dropped into the freelancer sandbox that multiply the things you can do in it. They have not updated that pretty much at all since it came out. Which is fine because it's one of the best games ever as is. But wouldn't it be great if they made it even better?
by beating him at roulette. But there are many other ways to get the invite. Of course, Hitman is all about freedom of approach.
Yes.
You can't be sarcastic about this stream.
It is.
Because we're going for a different approach in this playthrough. Trying to beat Mr. Lashifra at his own game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, chat's saying, yeah, Leo, look out. They show way too much of this mission.
I think he's just in the next room. I'm gonna get a chance to see
That is out.
Is there game audio?
the main
I don't think
attraction.
there is.
That is Le
There we go.
Shadow banker and mathematical genius. You
Being
need
cool.
to stay on your toes. He has never been defeated in a poker game.
Did they say that in the movie?
And there we
He's
have
so
Mads
freaking good at poker.
Lashifra.
That's so funny.
Full 3D glory.
I think he also cheats.
He was so amazing to work with. I was at the voice recordings, and the way that he just jumped into that role was magnificent.
Mr. Reaper, RPG didn't tell me he had a friend.
Is it that? I like Casino Royale, but is it that distinctive a role? It's just like his eye bleeds.
Oh,
He's
as
just
far
a
as him
cool-
falling
he's just
back into the
cool
role,
guy,
yeah, I
right?
mean it's a great character because Mads Mikkelsen is great.
It's not like, wow, he popped right back into Pee Wee Herman. It's like, it's pretty, I could do it.
True.
A lot of people saw Casino Royale, turns out, and wanted Mads Mikkelsen to do that in their movie too.
Yeah.
So the muscle has been flexed.
And Basin is still doing a very
I know
solid
it's
job,
late.
as Mr.
I'm not trying to be
Paul said.
crass.
Uh-huh.
My main memory of Casino Royale is remember watching
The
with
balls.
my girlfriend.
Yeah.
The balls.
Hitting the rope with the balls.
No, a different route actually. Although maybe it's
So I know
connected.
this was,
Oh.
I remember watching with my girlfriend at the
sort of a
time
dream come true for you
and wrapped it up,
to-
and she's like,
Yeah,
she's like,
like as a Hitman developer and
so
fan, I
juiced
always
up
wanted
and
to
ready
make a
to go.
casino level.
She's like,
Like,
that was the hottest
it's
movie
just
I've ever
a
seen in my
no-brainer.
life. I was like, what?
and having the chief.
You got him walking out of the water?
Yeah.
But I can't imagine she was bored during the hitting his balls with the rope part. You know?
Right,
That's
right. It's
certainly-
cathartic on some weird level.
Certainly part of it.
Yeah, so she was like all juiced up, but she only wanted to attack testicles under a chair.
Yeah, we go back.
So many more R-rated ways to say that are less gross than juiced up.
Oh, Christ.
I'm sorry. Esteemed guests, welcome to the VIP room here.
They made some hint that you won't beat Lashifra at poker,
Yeah.
Jameson and I will be
which is surprising because 47 is the best at everything. He can train in anything and become amazing at it. And I will keep talking over this
Yeah, yeah.
so that I can listen to the dialogue fresh
been placed on the table.
when I'm alone in my little couch.
In Casino Royale, do they play Texas Hold'em?
As in any Hitman game, the player's
'Cause-
always free.
okay,
to,
hang on, I'm thinking of like,
freedom
yeah,
approach,
Casino Royale doesn't
sort of
take place in the
stable of
60s, so
series.
because in my mind I'm like, well, that would be before Texas Hold'em really blew up, but no,
You can
that's
see he
it takes
has
place in
a
what, 2005
silenced pistol holster,
or whatever
You're
it is.
saying more than I
Player could
know,
just
but I
take
think
out
they
the
play
shifter now,
5-card draw.
But we're doing something
No.
different here.
Mademoiselle
They just said they played Texas Hold'em. That's what we know.
Well, he's a fake fan. Wow. Wait, so we're looking at actual
Yeah,
poker mechanics,
love it.
Monsieur.
or essentially a first-person cutscene. Wow. With the odds overlay?
That's
God.
fun. You got to do it. If you're doing it, do it.
47
They do play Texas Hold'em and Casino Royale.
Lure the other players into betting big.
But then for the big finale, they play War.
Chat's saying they should have played
65%
Gwent. Yeah,
I'm gonna call.
Gwent. They call their game Gwent. They could call it any word.
And these nerds actually play it, man. It's crazy.
There he touching his forehead.
Monsieur Smith, call Mademoiselle Bai.
I'll sit this one out. Fold.
Let's see the hit fold buttons. Like,
Yeah.
Monsieur
like it still could be just a total first-person cinematic, essentially.
Million. Monsieur Reaper.
No.
47.
There was the bet of different amounts. I forget what the not bet was. It might have been fold.
Like he has a tick. I think he's bluffing. Raise him.
God, I love poker. You
We're
like poker?
sitting on a full house, so
I like it all right.
seems like good advice.
Really? That was wrong.
At the friends meetup, there was a poker game I wasn't involved in that lasted 5 hours.
Okay, yeah, I get what that.
And they had a great time, and I was so
Yeah.
happy for them. But I was like tagged in for 2 hands, and both of them, it was like, I guess I fold because I have nothing, right? And the guy who I was playing for was like, yes, nice, good call, good call. It's like, I'm sure this is exciting in the context of the other poker hands that are more exciting.
Yeah, yeah.
Last community card.
It's like it really helped to like peak poker in my mind was like 2003, like Rounders, Chris Moneymaker, and all that stuff, and that was like the same window where it's like everyone got their driver's license. It's like a really exciting time. It's like,
like a
oh,
slam
we're just gonna
dunk.
go hang out in this guy's garage and play poker all night. It's so fun.
That's awesome.
Raise.
I lost everything, Lou.
Bet is €100.
Because, oh, I see, because you threw your keys on the table. That's a car.
I just kept,
The family
I kept getting
car.
a new car and then just throwing more keys on the table.
Showdown, please. Monsieur Le Chiffre.
I really think. You want me to talk over this?
Yeah, please.
4 of a kind.
I really think my least favorite thing
no.
on Earth. Like I know there's like crime and war and famine, but it's getting a key off a keychain. Like trying to like separate that with your fingernail and do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Feels awful, doesn't it?
Le Chiffre.
Yeah.
God
I always feel like
damn
I
it.
do it wrong. For
Yeah.
sure. I feel like there's
It
some
hurts
right way
too
to do
much
it.
and I do it wrong is how I feel every time that happens.
Right.
You look a little pale. You should never accept a drink from a stranger.
So this is
I detect poison
the exact
nearby.
scene from Casino Royale where
Chiffre's
he
signature
fakes the tell and then you're poisoned.
We've prepared for this. We have an antidote in the stash.
It's interesting to like hearken to the other
Use the bathroom.
Bond origin film. If their game is also an origin game, it's like okay, but I
But
guess
it
ours is-
contradicts it in big ways because he's killing people
Walk out of
constantly
there
and the
calmly.
movie makes a point of showing his first kills.
Right.
At least, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
seem.
that is true. I guess you will. Yeah, I mean, in the game, you probably will be killing people before.
When we were
How
playing
amazing
this,
if you weren't at
Eskil
all.
was giving me instructions
love
where
that.
to go.
You know I would.
You big softy.
Like go left, go right, go down the stairs.
Run!
Is that Schroeder reference to Hitman?
I didn't see it.
It's like pineapple, but it's kind of what you're wearing now. It's pretty close to it.
Oh, well, mine's for, like, because I'm a swinger.
I'm just gonna throw a hammer at this guy.
Got the secret code.
Yep, gotta run to the car. Yeah, this is too bad because it is. Well, you know what?
You have 20 seconds left.
Doesn't seem viable. I hope the poison isn't lethal.
There is always, not always, but this is like the mission story,
Yeah.
and
But
there's
you-
other ways to do it. I simply just don't have to do this way of playing it.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll get hour number 1,030 and a half of enjoyment out of this game instead of just 1,030.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, man. Do you know what is your hour count for Hitman? Does it? I guess is it in a bundle? Like, how does it differentiate that? Does it count
No,
all
yeah,
up?
it's across so many, but rough estimate combining them all is like 800.
Yes. Yes.
Kind of rookie numbers then, or what?
On a winning streak.
Yeah, pathetic.
Chat, let us know. Are you pathetic in the chat when it comes to your Hitman numbers? Let us know. What's your hour count?
Or yours quite high.
You're awake. Good.
Okay, so this isn't exactly how it went down.
How are you feeling, Mr. Reaper?
Do you think he's gonna torture Agent 47? Is his name Agent 47?
Yeah, okay. I don't know why I second guessed that.
200-ish hours.
I wonder if speedrunners will be able to make it to the car in time. Because there's like already, even I know the skip you can do to get down that building immediately.
I could spot Mr. Smith.
The muffin skip.
The 2 others, I know. But you?
The size of that barrel.
Nothing.
What can I say? Just have one of those faces.
He could fit inside that thing so easily.
Riding on the game tonight, so I get nervous when a total stranger suddenly.
Or maybe he's really small.
I just can't work him
Right.
He's like a toddler.
Okay. Let's not waste each other's time. Who are you? CIA?
McGreevy says, if anyone has a girlfriend nearby, get them in here.
You'll thank us later.
Do you know something? I assure you the General will not be killing anyone tonight. So tell me who you are and what you're
His
doing.
hands are so funny.
His pathing too, the backing up to be perfectly in your eye line.
Yeah.
If that's how
That's
it's
that Hitman I
gonna be,
love.
you are giving me no option but to take more extreme measures.
No.
I'm sure I can handle it.
Don't be too sure.
It's interesting for the amount of people that are tuning in for like, I want Bond. And then they're like, well, not this. You know, but a lot of people are clicking in like, it's going to be 007 First Light gameplay.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Shame.
And it's just like
I will be back.
Can't
not what people expect these things to be anymore.
Right.
The standards have changed.
But you're right, there is some charm in kind of the old-fashioned jank.
It is cute, and I hope they're not getting.
Did you watch
Dumped
that,
on.
that Gearbox showcase from E3?
What year was that
I think
about?
it was 2020. The best
Off
year for
there,
E3?
and,
The remote one?
If you want to find
Where it
out
was just
how
like,
to get
this is
out
one
of
where-
that pickle, you can play it right now because it's out.
Great.
Hey!
Great.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
It's when Randy Pitchford like went around. He's like, "Hey, we're filming the movie. Let me go knock on Kevin Hart's trailer." And he's like, did a set tour, and it was like deeply uncomfortable for
Guys?
everybody.
In 2020?
Right.
Pretty sure.
I hope you guys all enjoyed that little sneak peek of Le Chiffre. And for everyone that's in the room, that will be playable out in the lounge. But what's even better, for everyone watching online,
screen
it
glitching
is
out?
free to play right now.
Free to play for.
You don't even have to own the game. Go to the store. You can
Oh.
play the mission right now. And you know what?
Oh,
Let's go ahead and
cool.
take another
That's probably a
look at
weird big
what's next for
download, right?
Hitman.
Like how would that?
Introducing
No, they have-
Vero, our chief
you can download
development
just Paris.
officer at
Really?
IO.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow, they're on top of it, aren't they?
Somewhat. I think it's still probably too confusing to
Hello.
buy the game
We are
and know what you're
celebrating
getting.
25 years of Hitman. Beyond
People are
the
asking
shift
if the
return,
ball rope's going to be a
we
weapon.
have two new incredible elusive targets coming to the world of assassination. One will go live this fall, the second one in the winter. And these will come to the world of assassination with a lot of different new challenges, but also feature contract and twist drop. So stay tuned. Hitman is also expanding onto multiple new platforms.
I like
In
those
fact,
mics when they're like.
the pod in the lounge
I
are
would
running
love to use one of
natively
those.
Yeah,
on
but the fact that they
newly
make them like
launched
skin
Nintendo
color, it's
Switch
like, what do you think it's going to blend in?
And we encourage everybody here to go and have a go at it.
Like the Hamilton mics.
And following
Looks
the
like his hair
amazing
dyes.
reception
Yeah.
of Hitman in
Bleeding.
VR,
That's the silly looking.
we wanted you to know that our team back home is extremely excited to bring further enhancement and
Show the
content
roadmap for
in
this
the update
long.
that goes live tonight. And there is more.
IGN
Hitman, the world
ES.
of assassination,
again,
is a
Spain?
globe-trotting action fantasy.
I guess, yeah.
And now you can truly travel Hitman in your pocket.
Every country of IGN
In
gets
the
a different
lounge,
score.
you can already experience the game running natively on iOS.
Pick your favorite score that you wanted them to
Hitman
give it.
promises the freedom to play however you want. You can now
The free
choose
download
a
is
platform
66 gigs,
that
people are
fits
saying.
the moment.
Oh.
So from PC,
Whoops.
console, VR, and mobile.
Cheeky little bit of misinformation for you.
Now you can play it wherever you want. On the go.
There is more. And as a final twist, Hitman is also going analog.
Excuse me?
We are partnering
Board
with
game?
Mood Publishing to bring Hitman to life in a completely new format.
I can't believe they showed the roadmap I wanted to see for half of 1 second. And we're still just plowing along.
I can't.
Specialize
Oh,
in
there we
making
go.
memorable
They
board
boosted it.
games. And today, I am beyond excited to share with you that we're teaming up with our close friends at IO Interactive to bring a dream
I'm
project
intrigued.
of ours to life. Hitman, the board game, is coming to Kickstarter later this year.
Pay for it.
In this one-of-a-kind multiplayer board game,
Hitman
players
Go
take on
worked,
the
right?
role as master assassins
Yeah.
traveling the world
That was cool.
to take on high-stakes targets. Every time you play, you compete against other players on the same job. Whoever can take down the target in whatever way they seem fit gets the payout and wins the game.
Just like in the video games, every board you play on invites you into an immersive world filled with culture and storytelling, providing a perfect
That's fun to see the
backdrop
maps,
for
right?
globetrotting
Yeah,
assassin.
Berlin there.
Fans will recognize many iconic weapons, memorable moments, and familiar characters.
Yeah.
Hitman the board game promises to be a fun, competitive experience and the essential
Are you
assassin game in
shooting
every
each
fan's
other?
collection.
That's it for now.
Oh.
The best thing you can do to stay up to date?
Maybe
is to
competing
follow
over
our page
killing a
over on
target
Kickstarter
faster.
today. Oh, and if you'll excuse me, I have to get out of here before I'm compromised. Bye.
I'm always intrigued by like the board game adaptation of video games.
Yeah.
We're
And then I'm like, oh, I gotta
prototyping
get the
and we're
Age of
working
Mythology
closely with
board
the
game.
great
Like,
team at Mood.
if I
can
have
tell
a
you,
free
feel
evening,
free
why would I not
especially
just
to sit
play
there
the
with
video
other
game?
players,
Yeah.
your fellow assassins, and you're trying to take out the target first. And speaking of playing Hitman with friends, we have one final sneak peek. We want you to team up with a friend and enjoy Hitman in co-op. So
Okay.
2 new playable characters, Stone and Knight, return from their appearance in our sniper co-op mode
Right.
to a full-blown Hitman co-op experience.
What?
Interesting.
We invite you to play a set of exciting missions across our world of assassination, challenge you to rethink your approach.
That seems
now
huge.
That you're going to
That's
play as a
unbelievable.
duo. So, it's still early days, but we can't wait to be back with more news on Hitman co-op.
Wow.
That's the coolest thing in the fucking world.
Still early days. The fact that they're not saving this for like a sequel or anything, it's like, yeah, we'll just put it in the game.
Thank you so much, Christian. For those of you who are with us
There you
today,
go.
I guess
we'll
it makes
have a chance
sense they
to
didn't
try
have a
to promote
new
the iOS
tone
version
to
of Hitman
deliver
World of
that
Assassination
information
in the
in.
lounge after the show.
That is so much cooler than anything else they
There's
talked
a lot of
about.
exciting news for Hitman. News for the anniversary edition coming out in October, the release on the iOS.
Oh yeah, people are saying
another on
Hitman-splaining. You and
Switch
Haley
2,
playing that?
3
Oh my
new
God,
elusive
yes.
targets coming in Le Chiffre, and a collab between 007 and Hitman, the summer roadmap. And the cherry on top of the cake, Hitman co-op.
She poop.
But now, let's dial in. Focus, because what's next is a different...
What do you see?
I'm not gonna be able to see it. It looks like a new outfit.
assignment. The stakes,
That looks cute. The banana one.
global. The style, impeccable. The mission, for your eyes only.
Oh.
You know the number,
I'm
you know
sorry.
the man, but you've never seen him like this before.
what's up?
It's time to step in
What are you
to the
doing?
origin of the world's most iconic
Does it say
secret
State of Decay and
agent.
Hitman on the right?
They'll tell us.
State of Survival.
He watched them fall, then found he
The mobile game you see ads for that look nothing like the
He
actual
was
game.
11 years old.
All right, let's play the 007 trailer.
Yes.
Tour of every major boarding school in Britain.
Always at the top of
It
his
is weird to
class.
think of
Always at odds
like
with
Amazon
authority,
being
same
involved with
thing
this.
in
They're also
London.
involved with
His superiors
the Lara
all
Croft
praise
game,
his
the Terminator
instincts.
game. It's like
They're
it's
all
just
in
weird to
league
think,
with
I don't want
retirement.
Amazon involved in
Nobody
making these
knows
like
what
big
to do
franchise
with him,
games.
Mum.
No. And I suspect he feels the same way.
And their own MMOs and stuff.
What he did in Iceland.
Oh yeah.
What he did in Iceland was insubordination. It was ill-disciplined.
This is the same trailer, right? Are you
Yeah.
talking about this? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pause at every shot that might be interesting for you.
Oh, thank you.
Put him in the program, Mum.
Mum.
I think you just covered them all, Greenway. It's really quite simple. Bond is a bullet without a target. Let's give him one.
So it's kind of like Bond is what every guy wants to be.
Right.
Of like, what if there was just one guy who was always right and good and got those women juiced up respectfully?
His juice ratings are more than we've ever seen.
People are saying that he looks like Tom Cruise.
Sure.
You think that's fair?
Yeah. You know Tom Cruise?
All right.
Do you have an appointment?
The name's Bond.
But yeah, I think overall it's good for this game's existence that Amazon is behind it. Or at least not bad.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
They're still in the phase of pumping money into games before they
Sure.
decide it doesn't make enough money and shutter the whole thing.
Right.
So you shouldn't have.
And
It's just so cocky.
okay, so here's my. I'm happy to talk as it keeps going. You know, I'm excited about the showcase. I also am excited about being in my bed.
009 is a master
I feel like I feel like some of these shots are like, all right, there's something there for you, Leo.
Right. And it's very fast cuts, so it's hard to read sometimes. And it's my only issue right now is like, I want to see how it's IOI's Hitman and
honestly,
not a Hitman that other companies.
Yeah, here's what it is. Do you see? There's a little shot. He threw the gun. He threw the gun at the person.
Yeah.
I think is what
wow,
happened
if that's mechanical.
Right. That's something.
That'd be great.
Again, I have this problem with Mission Impossible trailers too. They hold off on the theme, and they do like teases of the theme. It's like, how often do you think we watch these? Every 6 years, we see one of these trailers. We want to hear the thing that we like. You know what I mean? Like, sure. No one's gonna be like, this is a good theme. I'm glad they made an original theme for this right now. I think it's an opening trailer. Just play the Bond music we like.
Yeah, I respect that. I also respect, you know, when they save it till late in the movie.
Yeah. So
it's just purely on the fact of the restraint of it.
The movie and trailer, different thing. I feel like trailer, just do it. Do the
right,
thing
because
you
they
want.
do it at the end of the trailer anyway.
Right. And yes, Chad is saying he's based on the books. I got it. I saw that. I saw the
where
Reddit
he was
thread as
played by
well.
Tom Cruise.
That's right. But he has that
You like
scar
it?
in the books. That's interesting.
Right.
Not too bad. I still have
too
goosebumps when I see this. We just revealed to the
You should
world
show 'em like The
a
Rock
new
does.
James Bond game.
Yeah.
The first one in over a decade. We're
Interesting,
honored to
yeah.
be able to bring to the gaming world a 007 franchise for the players. Reimagine the first steps of James Bond as a young, yet rebellious
That music was from
air crewman who,
it's not
thanks
original
to
theme.
his
It's from
instincts, defied
Her
all
Majesty's
odds
Secret
and
Service
got
apparently.
propelled
So
into
I will
immortality.
eat crow. I will eat crow.
We also reimagined versions of the characters that shaped Bond as we know him today, such as a younger and ambitious M, who strongly believe in the human judgment
Typo,
on the
right?
field.
That's not. We've not been spelling money penny
It's not
wrong
only
the
a
whole time.
faithful and original take on James Bond's origin story, but it's also an incredible action-adventure game,
Money penny.
building on 25 years of mastering the
Yeah,
80s
they made the
fantasy
typo.
at IO Interactive.
Unless
That's
in,
tough.
Creative approach
unless in the books it's spelled differently.
is what makes Bond defy the odds, and we want players to feel like Bond when they play First Light. But we will talk more about all that later.
Reserved
this
for
summer.
who? No one's sitting up there.
And that would not be an authentic.
His whole family
that would
didn't
not be an
show up.
authentic Bond experience without
His wife and
the
9
partners
daughters.
who helped us design our vehicles, our
We
costumes,
missed our flight.
and game moments.
Range
And we are
Rover.
working closely with NVIDIA to bring the latest ray tracing technology to First Light.
This is the level that I expected from this presentation. Is ray tracing in First Light.
And walk off on that.
Coca-Cola?
What an exciting adventure. 007 First Light will release in
He's gonna be chugging
2026,
Coke?
so please sign
Coca-Cola
up today,
shaking
to
that
your IOI
stand.
account and get free rewards in Hitman and 007 First Light. And no chance to game on your favorite platform.
Well, that's not all. As always at IOI, we want to reward our community for showing their unwavering support. With every significant milestone in our wishlist numbers, we will grant players additional rewards on day one.
Interesting.
Ooh, I'm sure everyone's speculating what those tiers will be. Well, I can't wait to know more about 007 First Light. When are we going to get more news?
We'll be back with a full gameplay
We're
reveal
wrapping it up.
later this summer.
All right. Thank you, Hakan.
Thank you so much.
Everyone mark this in your calendars, and Bond
Does that mean
returns later
Gamescom, you
this
think?
summer with an actual
That's probably likely.
gameplay.
Yeah.
That's going to be absolutely incredible. So, now let's see how the magic is done at IOI. Please welcome Ulas, Chief Technical Officer.
Somehow, all I know is like this presentation probably cost like $17 million somehow. You know, it's like, yeah, the union had to put up the curtain, like just like those stupid things you would never think of. Like,
Right, unions are stupid is your take.
it just seems like them talking on a stage where they bet this is like incredibly expensive somehow.
No, totally. Even this like unrehearsed feeling low quality version of this.
It's the reason you're not getting Hitman co-op sooner.
Hello everyone. This has been a transformative year for IO. The progress you have seen today across our games, trailers and announcements is a direct result of our incredible talent in our studios, empowered by our tools and technology we built over decades. Every title we have showed today runs on Glacier, our own game engine.
And one of those little
And
things about
Glacier has
Bond and
been
about
continuous
Hitman and about
development
IOI and
over
about the
25
games I
years.
like is like the one
It's
gadget
not
they
just
show
a
in
matter of the heritage. It is
the
because
Bond trailer.
no
I mean, there's the
off-the-shelf
taser, which is video
engine,
games have tasers.
game
That's
engine
fine.
could handle
The one
the
gadget they show is
systematic
him activating like
complexity
boost
of
on
Hitman
a
and Bond.
Dirt bike.
on a
Also
dirt
for the
bike,
kind of
yeah, which is just not the kind of gadget
and
that I
performance we
like.
deliver
When I hear gadget, I want Mission
Glacier
Impossible 4
is a
Ghost
purpose-built,
Protocol.
for the kind
The
of
camera
games IO
screen
makes.
moving down the
Technically
hallway.
That's
destructive,
exactly it.
Technically
That's
ambitious,
exactly it. What a fun
and
scene.
globally scalable.
Amazing.
What sets
And you know what?
Glacier apart? Its modular
Obviously,
design
Brad
and able
Bird
to-
is going to have the
ability to
best
scale
title sequence.
seamlessly
Yes.
Following the
across,
fuse.
The only one where they say
platforms
light
from
the fuse.
consoles
Yeah.
to
Yes.
PC
Yeah.
to mobile without compromising
Rip that off.
the creative intent.
Do something like that.
Glacier
Who?
is the foundation
Christopher
that allows
McQuarrie.
our teams to move fast, stay creative.
The new
and
intros
build
are
kinds
good
of
because the
games
theme is so good.
Yeah.
we
But it's
believe in.
just the fast cuts.
Did you
of
see the new
And
one?
it's the reason
Yeah.
we can deliver
Okay.
the level of the
And
quality
certainly for
and
the
scope.
last
we see.
reckoning he's ever going to
Thank you so
have. You
much.
should
Yeah.
do a cool
Yeah.
animated intro.
Instead, it's just like it's a weird fight scene, I guess. And then, like, I don't know. Now the
There's a lot
the
of
title
IOI
theme's going.
games
It's not like
made
the
with Glacier
build, like
Engine, and
Blank
I
Check.
think
Did you
it's
listen to
safe
the
to
Blank
say
Check
they're all absolutely
podcast
gorgeous.
episode about it?
No,
It's very
I
good.
started it.
But
Now, a
they
few
talk about
months
like
ago,
that. You, know,
IOI
just, like, you
announced
always want to
a new
like have like this
publishing
big
division.
action set piece,
IOI
and then
partners with their first
bam, like the
title,
fuse,
Mindseye, by
like
Build a
that's
Rocket
it.
Boy.
Yes.
And they've
So,
blown that in the
let's
last
dive into
two.
another world, a world that
You know,
feels
it's like it's always like this
strangely
weird, like
close
kind of
to
the scene,
home
kind of the scene, kind of the
We've seen
scene.
the jaw-dropping
I don't know,
trailers
intro.
for
Like
Mindseye,
It's like there's too much busy work to take care of.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Please
Oh,
welcome
especially the last one.
Adam Whiting.
Like
Crazy.
but like the two set pieces are freaking incredible.
Yes, exactly.
So it's like, what are you supposed to do with that movie? I mean, it's awesome to watch
Hey
for
everyone,
most of it.
Adam Whiting here, Assistant Game Director at Build a Rocket Boy. Really excited to be showing you all some new gameplay footage from Mindseye that comes out on Tuesday, the 10th of June, so not long to go now. Now what we're going to do
I
is
don't know
jump
anything about
straight
this
into the
game.
action here, straight into a mission.
What's happening?
Here we go. Straight into a mission from the latter third of the game.
You know, it's like
And at
Leslie
this point,
Benzies.
Jacob Diaz,
He founded it.
our
He's like a
protagonist,
producer for a lot
has
of
had his
GTA
mind
games.
This is that.
reactivated,
This is that.
and he's accompanied by his companion drone.
But it's not like
now,
a
this drone
GTA.
gives Jacob some unique combat abilities. that we'll
No,
see
the
during
studio's
gameplay
also
here.
making.
Now we've worked.
Is this the one where they're making like
tirelessly to
a
create very immersive and
online
cinematic
game, but this is like the more
experience,
single
and
player
story
focused
is
thing?
a key part of
That's
that.
a separate
so we
within
bleeped out
Elise
certain bits of
universe,
dialogue.
I think.
I just don't want to spoil anything for
I
players.
remember doing a
looking forward
reaction
to
stream with
delving into
Haley,
the
and I think she
narrative.
said she was interested
What
in
I can
playing
say
it.
though is that something very interesting has just taken
So,
place. That's thrust
I'm
us
gonna hold
into
her
chaos. It's raining for the first time in years, and the city is under martial law. The military have moved in and are locking down the city as the automated AI system.
So is this the studio that's also making that? Is it called Everywhere? Yeah.
Now Ripley
Okay.
is going to be assisting us on
Everywhere
this
is like
mission
the
and helping
online
us
version.
navigate the predicament Jacob finds himself in right now.
And then this is the campaign.
Now, in Mindseye,
kinda,
players
sorta.
can't just run in all guns
Right.
blazing, but instead have to navigate the environment methodically and carefully, looking for vantage points and environmental elements that can give them an advantage.
And, you know, but wouldn't it
There
be
is
fun
no
if this became the
surefire,
biggest game in the world next
one-size-fits-all
week?
way to approach combat.
And, like, that's what I
But
wait for. It's
by
like, I don't know,
utilising the
surprise
vast
me.
array of
Is this
weapons
it?
And the potency of the combat drone, players can approach
I would love
combat
to see
in a
that.
variety of different ways. Players can also
I'd also love
utilize
to
the
see
lens
this
device.
person
Now, this is an
use
AR
one of their
contact lens
face
that is
button
the
abilities.
replacement for the smartphone in this world, and they can use this to scan the environment, and it'll actually help players keep track.
And it's like,
of where
visually, I
enemy
think this
targets
looks
are
good. At the same
and
time,
help
it
them
just feels like,
strategize how best to neutralize
do you
them.
miss 2014
And it also
gaming?
handily
Like, that's
highlights
what it
pickets
reads to
on
me
the ground.
as. Yeah.
So the DC2 companion drone has a few key functions. One of them we're about to see right now is a zap ability. Now this stuns targets, and it can be used to override electronic systems such as keypads and doors. It's also
Now,
particularly
Poor and
potent
Curly's coming in
against
late. They
robotic
asked, did they
enemies
already
as
show off
temporarily
007?
disables
And
them.
what would be your answer to that, Leo?
No.
But they shan't.
Don't worry. They only showed the trailer we saw already. And
Now
then
we
moved
try
on.
and keep players immersed in the narrative. So we have many cinematic moments, and players seamlessly transition in
I'm
and out
talking
of these
7.
throughout the course of the game.
I mean, I like that weird thing. Where can you go?
Yeah, it's linear.
Wait, no, there's like, the
Why is he
compass is pretty. Jesus.
Laws must be obeyed, Loki. A lot of people are forgetting that.
How do we get across like like the state of the society. Wait, is it in Las Vegas? Gotta be. Chat says this is a universe where crime is illegal.
In a world.
McGreevy says it's up to you where you take cover.
That's not the drone I'm worried about, Rigby. It's me.
I'm glad you're okay.
Yeah. Right.
Tired of
Now we're on the ground.
being hamstrung by
You see how the
GTA for so
city
long.
feels
I want to make a
different
game
right
where
now.
you run around and take
Under
cover and shoot
martial
a
law,
guy.
the citizens of Red Rock have fled from the streets, and very few remain. This is in stark contrast to the other times players have navigated through this downtown area on previous missions, where it's full of life. The streets now have an almost eerie quality to them, as the main thing inhabiting them are the patrolling military vehicles and soldiers
There's no
subjugating
way,
the residents
but-
of Red Rock.
I just think it'd be really fun if it's like all 9 of us at MinnMax just like played through this
However,
entire
the
thing.
military group
Like,
that have
rolled
taken over
credits.
here are called Black
And an
Ops.
episode of the podcast
They
was
aren't
like, this is,
operating
you
with
know
the
what I
best
mean?
interests of Red Rock
I guess that's
at
just
heart.
deepest dive.
They
but-
have a different agenda.
And love
as
it, or
such, the
that's not
robotic
part of
No,
it?
even if it was
patrol
this is a
streets
5 out of
to
10,
them
but like
and are fighting
what
against
if-
Jacob.
it's just like what is people spent years on this. Let's just talk about what the hell's going on here.
I swear to God.
As players progress
Do
through the
something
story,
besides
they
shoot.
face increasingly difficult enemies that are more
Use a cool
tactically adept,
ability.
as well as better armed. And as Jacob encounters
This
these
reflects poorly
factions,
on me,
he gains
IOI.
access to their
Yeah.
weaponry, adding to the player's ever-expanding arsenal.
Yeah, chat says that this game's not getting them juiced up straight up. It's just not
bone dry.
Now, the robotic enemies players encounter are also susceptible to the
The
companion
ragdolls
drone
too
and
look
its
so-
ability to hack them,
Oh.
making them work alongside rather than against Jacob. This is a key strategic element as they can cause a distraction.
Yes. All right, okay,
okay,
Or
okay.
they can just be a useful and potent combat ally, using
Yeah,
their
chat's
advanced
saying,
robotic
wow, Leo,
weaponry
you're into this
to aid
kind of
players
thing?
in battle.
Truly, and it's like, yeah, it looks a little stiff. Looks like you're taking cover a lot. It's like, if they're interesting mechanics, if there are cool things I haven't seen tried before, it does not matter how it looks.
Yeah.
But if all it is a cover shooter, it
Right.
sucks that it looks so bad.
But if it's a cover shooter
As
where
we've
your
seen, the
objective is to
DC-2
follow Rigby's drone,
also allows Jacob to use it to scout ahead, seeing through its eyes, so players can
I'm
plan
sans
ahead,
juice,
approach
man.
each combat encounter in a more tactical way if they choose to.
Deficient.
I also
But
want to highlight the
you
music and
also
audio
find
design.
this kind of
We've
thing
got a really
comforting.
talented
I know
audio
you-
team, and they've
your
really given
stupid
Mindseye a unique
frickin'
vibe
brain.
through not only its sound design, but also its soundtrack.
This type of game or
Building
this type of
tension,
presentation?
ramping
This
up
type of
excitement
game.
as the action escalates.
you would play this on your Steam Deck in bed at night and be like, pretty good.
Now we're
Howling
just
at the
going to
moon
jump
or
ahead a little
whatever?
bit as we're
If
just
it were
about to
open
approach a
world,
construction site.
maybe.
And Rigby
Okay.
is
A
trying to help us
campaign,
navigate
cover
to
shooter?
a vehicle that she's having auto drive its way over to.
No
us.
chance.
Okay.
She's our eyes and ears right now, helping us navigate through this area.
Someone just left their first comment that just says Jeffem, which I think sums up this game very well. This is the game that Jeffem would absolutely be dating
Well, at
to
least she
review
was.
at Game
Now it's down
Informer
to
in
Jacob.
2014.
So true.
What's
Now, whilst Mindseye is a linear narrative-driven
Jeffem?
experience, we have built an entire city, and we use this in various ways. In
I know that
situations like
happens
this,
sometimes.
players can navigate through the terrain
Do your lights do
how
that?
they see fit.
No, but
And
this
they
has
can find
happened here
different
before.
ways to
Oh,
get to
happens
their
all the time
objective.
upstairs too.
Some
It's like,
may be more
you know,
fraught with
once every,
peril than others, and players can use
I don't know,
DC
5
drone
months. That's the thing.
to
I'm like,
figure out their
I'm
best
not gonna like
path
replace all the
forward.
lights,
Yeah.
but it is annoying. I just want to know what Adam changed to make it happen.
Right.
Now, Brad Grenz has a great question that sums it all up. Saying, do these guys think they invented Watch Dogs?
As you can see, there are a variety of different weapons to
great
suit different
question.
playstyles and scenarios. Some of these laser-based robot weapons are particularly potent and a key part of your arsenal as you get into the latter stage of the story and are fighting highly trained military personnel as well as
I
cutting-edge
want to
robots.
see like the video that's. However, this game does, we have no idea. This might be the biggest game in the world next week again. But I
I love that about you.
It might.
That you reiterate
We-
that.
Schedule 1, if you showed me that trailer, you know, it's like
that change things up from
you know, you never
Schedule 1 is something that people
isolated
want.
desert locations. Beautiful skylines to
I
sumptuous vistas.
genuinely.
Mindseye is full of
You're
spectacle
right that there
and
is a
surprise,
chance,
and
it
I'm
is
really
beautiful that
excited
you
for you all to be able to play it next week.
I mean, I'd say negligible.
As you can see,
but
players will also have to keep their wits
I've been
about them at all
surprised
times,
on a regular
as these
basis.
black box enemies are quick, agile,
but like
and tactical.
cut back
with
to
how they'll
every
try and flank
pitch
Jacob from various sides.
meeting for this game where they gave them at least dozens of millions of dollars.
Now we can
and
flee
it's
the
like,
area and the vehicle
I don't
rig
know,
is sent over
GTA
to
is
us.
big.
However, the city
Yeah,
has a
right,
different
Leslie
theme right
Benzies.
now. Instead of being full
they're
of
behind
traffic
closed
to
doors
navigate through,
meetings
there are
after
now
the
military
meetings
checkpoints the
where the
player
people
has
with
to
the money
try
just being
and
like,
avoid.
yeah, I guess we just give them the money. I don't know.
I'm not really a video game guy.
Yeah,
The
I'm
driving
Googling
in
GTA. It seems
Mindseye
big.
feels fun,
What are we to do
responsive,
here?
and thrilling as you take corners at high speed.
I just talked with the
And we
fandom
use this
guys.
in a
They
variety
agree
of
that
different
GTA
ways.
seems pretty big.
Now, one of those ways is through Play Mindseye. During the story, at certain points, the player will find portals that allow them to jump into side missions and stories, some expanding the world and giving more narrative context, some are just there because we think they're fun. And players can also bring up the pause menu at any time and launch one of a variety of different missions, races, and other gameplay experiences.
This is the interesting part. Slow down. What are you saying?
To make game creation accessible to anyone.
Because all about
Players on PC can select the Build Mindseye option to start building their own content and share it with everyone else at the press of a button.
But this is separate from Everywhere, the other game that they're making. It's like a separate creator content thing.
For all we know, they've been talking about this the entire time we've been talking
already
about
got some
No, they have
exciting
not.
updates in the works that will allow players to
They
build their
said
own
you can
environments,
crouch
not being constrained
46
to Red Rock City,
degrees
and also
and
adding
fire
a
if you
multiplayer.
prefer
and when we
with
add
the
new
R2
functionality
button.
and features, we'll not just be highlighting it with our own Play Mindseye content, but allowing players to use these additions within their own content and tell their own stories through Build Mindseye. We're really excited about the opportunity Play and Build will give us to keep players engaged with new content on a very regular basis, and we're committed to the long-term vision of Mindseye and are looking forward to you all joining us on this
I
exciting
know you gotta
journey
say
together.
that, but
So you can pre-order
does
Mindseye
that
now
mean?
to gain access to our deluxe edition for free, and we're excited to see you all in Red Rock City on the 10th of June. Thank you.
cool the smattering. Cool the smattering. Sorry, they're
And lastly,
clapping
I
me
just
off
want
the
to thank
stage.
our partners at IOI for sharing this vision for the future of gaming with us, and for allowing us to be part of their special showcase
Vision of
today.
the future of
Adam,
gaming.
thank you so much. And thank you
You're
for
gonna
all
eat
your
your
hard work and
words.
efforts, and thank you for the team back at Bar.
You know
and
I'm
thank
getting
you,
the code
Leslie.
we get for that.
You've created an amazingly ambitious,
probably already forwarded it to you.
awesome game, and we couldn't be more proud to work with you as partners, and we're looking forward to get this game out to the fans 10th of June. It's gonna be hell of
Nothing
a
would
ride.
make me happier
Thank
than
you.
showing up to the podcast raving.
Yeah. Juiced. Wait, where's
Hello,
she?
everyone. We are out here in the lobby while you guys are inside.
Yeah, David
exploring
Copperfield
what is about to
style.
be available to you. I am with Nicole, the global brand
Teleportation.
manager for IOI Showcase, or no, IO Interactive. Yeah, you're like, Anna's, but like beyond that, there has been so much planning and passion that has gone into tonight.
Beyond my
Tell us about
colossal
that.
flow.
Yeah, it's been like a blast. I mean, like we are working on all these news, all these like new features, new additions to the Hitman game, and for like so long that actually in the end, being able to reveal everything tonight here and showcase it to the world for the first time is just like amazing, and we are super happy, and I'm super excited to be here and have like actually guests trying on some of our latest addition to the franchise.
Yes, and
Yeah,
speaking
not Weirder
of
says, I
all
want
the-
Haley to beat this like she
everything
did
that's
for that
been
one
revealed
South Park
tonight.
game. That is what I want
If you come
from
out
Mindseye.
to the
Just
lobby after the
surprise.
showcase, sorry for everyone at home,
Feels
even though
like
you're
there's a
able
great
to
chance
try
it's
it out
4
too.
hours.
We'll have different pods
Yeah.
where you can actually try out the Switch 2 and iOS version, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's show us around a little.
Yeah,
Subscribe
so
to the
we're
MinnMax
gonna
Show
have
podcast,
here
everybody.
the
Leave a
Switch
review
2
on Apple Podcasts.
version of the game with like
Win a Switch
Eskil, our
2.
game designer,
Play
giving
Hitman
you
on
a
it.
bit of tips and tricks
Apparently you can
on
play it
the
on your
game.
phone too,
And
but
over there we're gonna have mobile
let's be serious for one moment.
pods ready, and the game is
Respect
coming
yourself.
this summer. Runs natively on iOS.
And for everyone online and in the showroom, we have a surprise coming up for you.
Les Blanc says,
Oh yeah.
just here make that goofy
My
face.
memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this. Diaz! Showtime!
That ass.
I have these gaps inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
That's just leftover hardware.
I guess if you're like publishing this game that's a big budget and you have Bond, I get the idea of like, well, of course we gotta do a showcase.
Yeah.
We've got the goods.
All I know is that Silver Corp is a piece of my
good
story.
point. You know who's gonna probably have a great talk about this game? I think Jeff Gerstmann's probably gonna go all in on this. Don't you think? It feels like this type of thing of like, yep, let's unpack it.
Kidding me? This thing has ruined my life.
Totally.
No idea who you're dealing with.
This is a good 5 times louder than anything else on the showcase so far.
Is it not the first time we got a fatal?
All right, we got
error
a
with your
super
type?
chat. Thank you, Rainwater. Says, everywhere was supposed to be a platform, and Mindseye, I was going to be the premier experience within it, which allowed people to also use the assets to make their own game. It seems now they're going to do the inverse. That seems like a colossal change. Huh. Thank you, Rain.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Because, yeah, the building stuff in this is like...
Also, when
trying to prove the whole idea, I guess.
When like
In
you
a bigger
can
way.
build something, and it was like, we put some Superman 64 rings on like some dirt, and you drive through it.
You're unfortunately so right. People are going to make their own games where you also do this. And it's like, are they just that bad at making trailers? Or they just don't know what people want to see because...
No.
The wilder ideas?
No.
Maybe there's some idea that they don't sell.
No.
What people want is...
No, this is not a trailer failure. This is a lot of work. Probably. No, I mean it is. You know, it's just like, that's, you know, it just.
That's what's so hard to wrap my head around.
In his research, Dr. Morrison identified a paradox. A moment where machine learning would evolve past our...
Are there just more trailers from Mindseye?
It's really just a second Mindseye trailer.
Are they just running?
Called the first sign of this.
New trailers. I think these might be old trailers.
I think they are. But they're still...
You'll get used to it.
Run it all.
How? There must be a big thanks for watching black screen that's still live to this moment.
Interesting.
If chat has the answer, don't tell me.
Companies like Silver Corporation, instead
Someone's
of being
teasing
thankful,
that this gets
have
weirder.
turned their backs on the
Okay,
very
great.
stars and stripes that made them a success.
You still haven't given us clearance for launch.
It's a bad sign that when I saw driving, I was like, that looks kind of fun. I was like, oh, I'm going to change your face.
Compared to the other
Not
stuff.
every day we get to test the existential potential of man with machine.
So, this is just one of those games I'm like,
This city loves me, Marco. I can spin this like I always do.
what is the main menu? What does it say? Is this a single player and create a level editor? You know, like what?
Right.
Or what is it?
I guess. Campaign. Options in there. You can probably press minus to go to free roam.
Hey! There's our boy. Quick, put more trailers in the queue. What else we got?
Yep, there's more coming later. This is the important time for the mile-a-minute pace they've been going. They can finally Rocky in the corner of the ring, get toweled off.
Remember that Rocky
Their
Muppet
bruises
game?
cut. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, that was notable.
This is the last Mindseye email I got.
I do insist this game is still really good.
Yeah, of course. No one's doubting that. No one's judging you.
If anyone was thinking of doubting it.
Don't read the comments afterwards. In my mind, I'm like, I don't know who that person is. In my mind's eye, I don't know who the person is, but there's probably for how big the Switch 2 is, there's probably 8,000 people who are going to discover Hitman from the
Totally.
Switch 2. Like, what is that number in your mind? 8,000? Is that right?
I think more.
You think?
People who fully in the Nintendo ecosystem who haven't had a chance because it was only available via cloud gameplay, and
a financial mastermind.
no one wants that.
You showed us the whole mission. You can't just show a trailer
A
after.
high-stake poker game at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have to
Watch them.
I've invited these people for a
I also love featuring award-winning actor Mads Mikkelsen. It's not
So
enough that.
that's kind of
oh,
special.
I didn't jump ahead.
I always love whenever we get to work with voice actors from the games.
she was just mid Q&A. The crowd.
Emphasis on the word mid.
Nobody can communicate to her that she is on camera right now. They're not set
Everyone
up for
really
that.
did go to the bar.
You're just asking her
Do
about.
we know? Do we know what order they're coming out?
Great place to start.
Can I give a warning to everyone to come back in? Like, are they coming in? Are they coming out now?
Why did they cut away from the trailer so early to that? Holy shit.
Out to the bar. We are about to begin the panel and Q&A. Trust me, you're going to want to come back in for this.
Half the room is left.
All right, so speaking of the panel, we're going to go ahead and get started and bring out our guests. Shush your mouths. First off, well, are they back here? We got a whole slew of them. Who's going to come out of the curtain first? All right, we have Adam, who you saw earlier, David Bateson, our voice of Agent 47, Mads Mikkelsen, everybody.
Oh, he's here, great.
Woo!
Oh.
Hakan.
These questions and answers are going to be horrible.
So we have everyone, the whole team here today.
The questions are going to be asked. The answers are going to be even worse,
See,
man.
I told you wanted to stick around.
She's
Look at you
like that
guys.
feeling
You're
of like
so
she sees
handsome.
people leaving,
Okay.
and it's the worst. So she's like, I
So
told you
we're
you
gonna
should have
have a
stuck
couple
around. Like that's the
questions
worst tone.
that I'm going to give our panelists, and then
Does
we're
not-
going to take some questions from
Does
the
not
audience.
turn it around.
But I think what would be really special is starting off with
Sarah's in the chat saying this has been a rough day for her. Leo, don't go home. Don't go
known
home.
each other from before
We need you here.
Hitman, and I know there's a little anecdote that
Oh my
can be told here that's
God.
quite special.
Yeah, it's this is a real premiere.
David in the chat says, when did
Last time I
Nathan
worked
Fielder
on
have
a
time to
small
write
film
this?
studio back in 98, 99. You was
94.
Oh my God.
You're that old, David.
Who am I again? Anyway, you
They
were
know
at
each
drama
other?
school, which is so scary. We did this little movie.
That's cute.
It was a love triangle. He was having an affair with my wife. Yeah. And the short story is
Awkward.
this. I go away hunting. It's set in 1895, a long
Okay,
time
explain
ago.
the whole plot.
I go away off hunting. He turns up to seduce my wife. She's putting sheets out on the line.
Having a movie from
and
1994.
he starts sneaking up and fumbling around with my wife. And anyway, he did something. I'm watching this scene. He's about 25, 30 feet away from me. I'm standing next to the director. We got a monitor in front of us, and I'm watching it live. He goes and leans against this pole as she's putting these sheets on the washing line, and he's like, waiting for you. I'll wait. And then he does something which totally rocked my boat. He starts spitting because he's such a romantic guy. No, he's looking at her. His arms are folded and he's leaning back, and he just goes. And he does this a couple of times. So I lean across to the director, and I'm going, wait a minute. That's not very sexy. And I'm looking at him doing it live, and then I looked at the monitor, and something was insane. It was brilliant. It was sexy and raw and just, oh, I'm gonna, ooh, just I'll
Juicy.
let you finish. And
Chef, beat
then
you to it.
You're mine. The point is, I leaned across to the director during the take, and I whispered to him, Sarah, to go, no, what did I say? Yeah, I'm going to get this right, because that's right. Oh, yes, right. I said to him, does Mads know what he's doing? And the director leaned over to me and said, I don't think so, but don't tell him. Because it was insanely good.
It worked on your wife, though.
No, I'm rather pleased about that because she's here tonight. No, but that was maybe a sign of what was to come. And I've waited 100 years to tell you this story.
His wife in the movie was played by his real wife now?
That day, and he was still studying at
Is that
drama
just the implication
school.
we're supposed to understand?
Yeah, give it up for Mads.
Yeah, thank.
In 1984,
I
he
didn't know.
spat.
I walked into the room today, and the guys
pretty
were
hot.
pitching me the game, and I was watching it, and all of a sudden the Hitman comes in, and I'm like, wait a second, is that David? So it was my very first thing I ever did.
Yeah.
And I got to shag his wife and kill him.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what happens in this game.
Yeah. We'll call it 50-50. We'll call it a draw. Yeah, you killed me, asshole.
It's so rare that you've been able to work together for so long on different projects. It's actually an incredible story, and I'm happy that you were able to share that with us today. Because when else would you have been able to tell that story otherwise? Yeah.
Thanks.
I had no idea that you were Hitman.
No, but you killed me first.
And maybe second.
Yeah.
All right, so Mads, what was it like to reprise your iconic role as the
flower prisoner, maybe?
Mission, and how is it different than the movie?
Okay.
It's different in the way that I'm not in a studio, I'm not in a set, I'm not wearing a costume.
Oh, it's called Pusher.
So obviously this is an imaginary world. I think I was doing the recording in Spain.
I think.
And you guys were sitting in Denmark. And I knew the game because my son has been playing it forever.
Awesome.
And how I fit in, I didn't know at that point, but I got a lot of notes about it. And then you guys was pitching every scene. And eventually I realized, why don't we just do every line in 5 different versions? And then you guys can play around with it. And that's kind of how I approached it because, I mean, there's so many different opportunities in every scenario. So to tell me how that worked half an hour for every scenario would be me standing there for 2 months. So we just dived in there. I don't know how you guys are doing it. But I mean, you might have a little more visual to work with.
No, I have nothing.
Okay, here you go.
I'm kind of all alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a different approach, obviously. I mean, it was great to come back to him.
Mads comes across as
when
a
I did
freaking
the original,
hero.
I loved the film.
Like, he just seems really
but I was
cool, right?
Every question at him.
Yeah.
When I read the script, a Bond film.
I can breathe when
I'm
he's
an
talking.
ex-gymnast. I'm really good at stunts. And the most crazy stunt I did in the film was folding 2 aces. It was like, oh God. So I'm so pleased that this character has actually got his hands on a little more.
Yeah. Listen, I think what's cool about this.
I mean, he was probably in the booth for 45 minutes.
You get as a player.
And apparently they said,
to approach
I don't know, what do you want to do?
the target in so many different ways. And I find that infinitely interesting.
Does the actor shave to just look more like Agent 47?
I was wondering that. For the fans. I want to take
I
pictures.
liked what you did to me to James Bond in the movie. So that's another story.
Well, he deserved it. He took my money.
Yeah.
It's nice to just hear Mads say Hitman.
All right, so David, you've been the voice of
That's good for me.
Agent 47 for
And we hope that's why you clicked on this video as well.
How do you keep the character fresh and engaging for both yourself and the fans?
How do
you keep the character fresh?
Screen flickering in the
listen,
background.
in a way, it's kind of easy. I don't know if you have this thing, but when I treat Agent
another great
47
question I
as
knew
my best
would be
friend,
coming.
as I mentioned
Emotionally, are you
earlier,
connected to the voice
I'm
of
kinda
Agent
thinking,
47 at all?
I'm gonna have a good
He has a great
time
voice.
hanging out with my best friend. We'll just
distinct and
we'll work it
weird.
out. But here's the other thing. I know he's this emotionless character without feelings and without moral. He's a killing machine. But I treat him sort of like a Frankenstein's monster in a way.
It is also clear when you hear him talk that
down
the voice
inside, he's
actor
looking
does not know the context it's going to be in.
Okay.
He's just
some
got
kind
so
of
many lines
humanity.
for so many random
And
situations.
Though the dialogue is
That's part of the fun of it,
very
but
ice cold,
I don't really care about
and
it.
it should be delivered that way.
Wife?
I tried to sneak in
Wife's about all I
some
care
kind
about.
of curiosity about how it might feel.
I don't know if you saw this headline, the idea
what's
that
this
like
person going through. And secondly,
like
I think
was it
of
2 days ago or something,
his
like
backstory
the
about
Mindseye developer
wanting
built a
to know
Rocket
where
Boy,
he comes from.
like
So it's
two
a-
of like the high level
it's a primitive thing, but I
leaders
just
in the
keep
studio, like
having that in
chief
my head.
financial officer and some other role in that arena.
And
They
then
like
you already
quit.
talked about the
like,
difference
that's-
between voice acting.
It's just one of those things
being
like,
in the booth,
okay,
and then
normally it's not
being on
making news
set.
when a chief financial
Did you
officer
enjoy
quits,
the
but it's like
experience?
days before the game launches. It's like,
It was
okay,
super fun.
got it.
Both of the things were fun.
Not inspiring confidence.
It was obviously fun to revisit him for a number of reasons. I also to just see that even though
Do you think they made it really clear to everybody, like, Mads Mikkelsen will be
his voice
here?
is kind of more rusty now.
Featuring Mads Mikkelsen.
I mean, I
on
could
the
get
side.
the email for the
It's
invite to
apparently
this.
my
You know,
mistake.
Jacob had to be like, I have
Really?
to pass on this.
No,
but-
it was super fun. I mean, you
No, they
rarely
didn't
get the
reveal
chance
that.
to
Let me
revisit
see it.
Please
There's
read it
the-
word for word.
in
Yeah,
the
okay.
movie business. You might do it on theater, but in the movie business,
could have been
it's
there,
over,
man.
it's done, and then what
Wow.
is it 18 years? Yeah.
Me
18
hollering
years
my
ago I
ass
did that
off in the
character,
crowd.
and then he looked good.
Throughout the whole
I was happy to
Mindseye
see him
demo.
again.
Oh, you still look good.
Nice shot,
All right, so you face
dude.
off Agent 47. Who is the world's best assassin?
Ooh.
In another high-stake poker game, how would Le Chiffre go about destabilizing such a fearsome opponent?
Well, obviously, Le Chiffre normally has henchmen and people to do the dirty work. So in terms of assassin, it's obviously Hitman.
So the event will feature exciting updates in IOI's current lineup, with Hitman to celebrate its 25th anniversary, as well as an update on its upcoming games, including Project 007.
Huge overstatement.
A brand new celebrity elusive target reveal for Hitman. That was it.
But it wasn't where the reveal was.
With a very special appearance from the target themselves.
Okay.
But that's the way they couched it. Updates from partners, IO's publishing branch, Mindseye, Build a Rocket Boy's first title, set to launch. You know, Benzies, Leslie Benzies, the director of that, he wasn't here.
No.
Telling, right? Live panel Q&A, behind-the-scenes access for one-on-one interviews.
If I'm playing Le
Yeah,
Chiffre?
if you were playing the game yourself.
Or if I was playing Hitman trying to kill myself?
Yeah. would you go in head on, or would you be stealthy about it?
I really can't answer that, but I know who's going to really enjoy killing me, my son.
That would be
there's like a
incredible.
ton of ways
That's
to get past my character, and I can't wait to see his face going like, I have to do this again. So that's going to
Actually,
be fun.
Mads, elusive targets?
Yeah, I mean,
You can only do
you're
once?
obviously playing Hitman, and it's a strange suicidal process for
Fake
me
ass.
to imagine that.
Fake ass.
Well, I'll download it. I'll play it. We'll see where it goes.
So if you had to give Agent 47 one piece of advice for his mission against you, what would it be?
Yeah, give Agent 47 an advice.
Oh,
why would I? Yeah,
He's
I
doing
think
God's work with these.
It would be a
It's
smart,
like they just hired
smart
someone who was
choice
like a
to
host
beat
for
me at
events,
poker.
and yet
That
they
would be
also
the
said,
easiest
"And can
way
you
for
write
him.
the questions for the
And
Q&A?"
if he can't do that, it's an uphill battle.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Hey, people out there.
It's not going to be easy.
Mads is a good-looking guy,
killing this
not doubting that.
Of course.
I would just say this. I never thought of that
This
before. Your son's
seeing him
gonna be
talk
happy
casually makes him much more likable.
Well, I have news
Probably
for you.
but
playing
much
right
less
now.
hot
Oh,
in my
no.
mind.
Well, listen, I
You
worked
know,
with
like I
my
think he's
daughter
he's
when
gotten
she
a
was
lot
playing
of
Absolution
mileage off of
some years
cool,
ago,
quiet
and she
guy.
turned
Yeah,
around and said,
mystery.
"Man, it's
Yeah.
so cool.
But him just being like,
hearing
"Ugh."
your voice in
My
my
son.
ears as I strangle this
Doesn't
man."
seem as cool. Gotta say.
That's a
but
pretty
can we
harsh
just keep
impression,
that
man.
Do you
inside
remember
the room?
1994 when I spat on the fence? Like,
Yes,
is that what
I
we're
do.
working with here?
That's incredible.
David,
So,
he wasn't going to
Christian,
tell that story.
What core themes or tone
Bates
did
said
you want to capture in the Bond
shoved it
story
in.
that sets it apart from previous interpretations of the film or the games?
All right.
Well, first of all, we're changing subject here.
Yeah.
Shouts
But
out
I
if you
think
love
serious.
Hannibal in the
Absolutely, I
chat.
just
Feel
want to
free to
say
stare into space and think about your favorite scenes from Hannibal. Instead of this.
Oh, you're a big Hannibal
for us
fan?
to dream about it, Hakan and
One of my
I,
favorite shows ever.
like,
Whoa.
As you can probably
So
imagine,
good.
it's been a really, really special mission for us, and it's been really enjoyable.
Hannibal Lecter?
Yeah, no, regarding a Bond, I think
He wants to have you for
what
dinner.
we really wanted to find at the core
Is
was
that the phrase?
He wants to have you
a
for dinner.
young
Is that
version,
the
like,
tagline of the show?
we kind of talked about the difference
no,
between who's
the
007 and
no,
who's James Bond.
it's not mentioned in the show. That's a Trump line he likes.
Oh, I see. I knew that he was obsessed with Hannibal Lecter. I got that part.
Right.
Number, but it comes at a price. So
You know the
we need to figure out
tagline
who
for
is he
Predator
in
2?
Is sort of his raw form, and what does being an agent actually
Well,
do to him?
Jeff
And I
Cork
think
told me
that's
this.
what we really
It's one of those
really
things, you know, in
interested and
2012,
curious
Jeff Cork
about in
mentioned
the
this,
game as
and I was like, yeah, you're right. Where Jeff Cork's like, it's the
So
greatest
can
movie
you tease
tagline of
any
all time,
unique
which is
mechanics or innovations that set
Predator 2,
this game apart from any other
posters
stealth or
just
action
city of
titles?
the skyscrapers of
Well,
LA.
I think we're
It
combining
just says
some really interesting
he's in
elements,
LA
like
with
we're
48
well
hours
known
to
from
kill.
Hitman games with a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
people,
good.
and obviously
So good.
Bond is a
That's
little bit
really
different,
good.
but he
It's
has
so
a
good.
really big layer of improvisation and just.
Sarah wants to know if you're going to be okay after
But he
this.
also happens to have a lot of different solutions.
This is the most
so we
fun
have
I've
to
had with the
capture that.
showcase today.
But I think
Oh,
the biggest leap for us
pardon me.
was
Oh,
to
sorry,
make
no closed
this
caption available. Sorry.
seamless
Don't look at the timeline.
interplay between physical melee action and really good shooting combat.
You want to watch that?
There should be one like this every year because we did
Yeah.
one for Netflix at Game Informer. The Netflix.
I do remember that. Yeah.
It was not a press conference at all. It was just like some misinformation got added to a schedule at some point of like this is one of the press conferences of E3. And we just all showed up in the studio and started searching for it, and we're like, "Is this even
So
happening?"
let's switch it a little bit.
It was
Adam,
totally buried on some third-party
Mindseye
channel.
looks like it blends narrative depth with action. What's the core
That was-
experience you want players to
It
walk
was
away
not
with?
anything.
Yeah, I mean,
It was all
it's
Q&As. It was so nothing that we had no choice but to make it fun. It was the best press conference we streamed that year.
experience when players have is kind of feel like they're playing through their favorite action movie, but they get to be the protagonist. They get to be in control of the action.
Hey,
every
You crashed your computer.
You counted that down funny.
characters.
Hey everybody, welcome to
Jeff, I'm
Game
hosting it?
Informer's ongoing E3
The Jeffs.
2019 coverage.
Yes.
I'm Jeff Marchiafava. This is Jeff Cork.
Hi.
Leo's in the booth.
This is a great sign of how this stream is going
And
to
we've made a huge mistake. We thought that Netflix was having a press conference this year, so we scheduled it. We advertised it all week. It was going to be so much fun. And then we found out that it's actually a panel of people talking.
Yeah. And we'll talk over that, apparently?
We don't know how it's going to work, but Leo came to us and said we have to do it because we put it down on the internet.
Yeah.
And once something's on the internet, it's there
I
forever.
think the only thing that's going to be worse than that is a pre-show. Same
a pre-show, non-show?
Yes. So I've written down some talking points.
I did too. I wrote down
this
because
is
I
fun.
figured we'd look at what they could announce during their press conference, which isn't happening now.
But there are going to be reveals.
Are there,
special
Leo?
surprises have been promised.
Special surprise.
Sure. So,
Yeah.
let's get to it.
Yeah.
It's like a new character for the
Now,
Stranger Things
let's
mobile
start with
game.
the things that we know are coming, as we usually did.
Okay.
Or at least the things that we thought would be coming to a press conference. Maybe they'll be
If they
talked
were
about
having
here or not.
Right.
Because we thought,
there's
because
Stranger
the Witcher's a
Things 3
Netflix
the
thing, so we
game.
thought if they're doing a press conference, they're gonna have some.
Which the 3 they just
Witcher
put
thing.
in there because it's the third season,
right?
Yeah, but that's I'm sure that's gonna be fun.
Nice to have
right?
music during this
Some
part.
kind of retro thing.
Mhm.
I haven't seen if they've actually shown
wonder what the
anything
music
about
is.
it.
It's pixel art.
All right, exactly what we wanted. Yeah,
The personal library.
but I'm sure
The
that'll
TV in the background. Remember plugging the
then
USB in
yesterday,
the
with the
God.
Nintendo stream,
backgrounds.
Yeah.
Nintendo Direct, they announced the Dark
I like that
Crystal
TV.
Age of Resistance Tactics.
Brightness on as low as
Jim
possible so it
Henson's
would
The
be
Dark
visible.
Crystal's
Right.
Age
Oh.
of Resistance
Jim
Tactics.
Henson and Netflix.
It's weird, yeah, they
Yeah.
took that Dark Crystal
Yeah,
game
they showed
down.
that.
Yeah.
But the game's probably
And
still up, right?
What
Or
moment
sorry, the
made
show
me
is
feel
down,
super
but the
great?
game's up.
When
Yeah, the
intern
game
Blake
will last forever.
said-
It was Joseph.
It's still getting updated.
Wrong one.
At first, he didn't know why Netflix was involved with it, and I said, "Oh, because they're making a series about it."
It is
And
fun
then he said,
the
"Is
gradual
Dark
destroying
Crystal
of the
some,
table
like,
that happened over the course of
is
the
that
press
a property
conferences.
that existed
Yeah.
before?"
From the confetti.
And I said,
And it's
"Yes,
fun, like
it's
being at the
from a
show and just
movie."
looking back every once in a
And
while,
he's
be like,
made
"What's going
like
on back home?"
20
It's like, "Oh, okay."
Copious notes right now.
It'll be really great to see the fan
We're gonna quiz him
reaction
after
when
this.
Age of Resistance comes out and they realize how much there is there. And our hope is that we can take that a little bit farther.
Why did you see Netflix promoting a show that they just knife
Jackson Arnold says
aggressively
you
in the
think
back?
Netflix would have better video. They're about gaming now.
Yeah.
They sold all their cameras.
They're pivoting to gaming.
Tactical RPG.
That's funny.
Because we want you as the player to be able to go in with these characters that you
You'd
have
think
built
we
up
could
over the course
go
of the
like,
game.
oh, let's just not do it once we found out. I don't remember that occurring to us at all as an option.
Like,
Are we staying late?
the players control how those interactions play out. In tactics games
it's a
are
video
great
game.
at
He just defined the video game.
in the course of the game, you're upgrading, but every level
For
is
the
asking
Netflix audience, right? They may not have heard of them
new
before.
discrete questions. The
For the
previous map,
Netflix
previous
people who
fight,
found themselves inexplicably at E3.
Or watching Game Slice.
understanding how these characters work to solve this.
Yeah, if they really cared about this, they
Stop
would've-
the bubble wrap, says Igor Brito.
My favorite moment
Pronounced
so
Igor.
far working on the game was
If they really cared about it, they would have put it on Netflix.
in
Right.
a level. I was so excited.
Just pop it.
And,
That's a no.
I realized, wow,
Just
yeah,
throwing the
we get to work
poppers.
with these
Have we even made it
characters.
halfway
This
through
is
those
awesome.
poppers yet?
Oh, we got them all over the table.
Yeah,
For us,
I'm
this-
about
this
halfway
project
through.
is
Again,
really,
we really
a
can't see them being
combination of
popped at all.
several
If you want to just
our
throw them in
level
each other's
of
head.
Tactical strategy games going all
Not
the way
gonna
back
hurt
with
my
things
dear
like
friend
Final
Jeff.
Fantasy Tactics.
Or at the Metroid thing behind you.
20
minutes in.
She has a excellent approach to her athleticism from season 2 and
Big moment there, I guess.
in season 3.
Yeah, I think they could have talked over that.
She's got this cool karate kick, and then she has this really.
I was
awesome
thinking that
secondary
karate
ability
kick looked
special
really cool.
called
So
Medic
that's
that
confirmed.
She tosses out hearts, which heals the party. And
The porn spam
game
bots
has
are
a
here in
nice-
full force. They know. They know where the eyes are.
A lot of cool combos you can get out of that, and when you play with Max.
The main thing I remember about this is we were like, what do we want them to show? And we really got
Camping as I wish I was.
a social uprising for a Grace and Frankie video game. We were like, tweet at Netflix, where's the
Why
Grace
not?
and Frankie video game? And search for it, there's tons of tweets for it. It's really
shower with
funny.
their
Grace
clothes
v.
on.
Frankie. I don't know if they're talking about us or them. Well, check back in on
Everything
that.
goes
It
at this
helps
point.
the old school
Showcase?
graphic style. We can finish
Really.
We at least know.
We're working in tandem. We've given them a lot of
Pressed us.
assets.
Where are we?
Oh,
And then,
I thought
yeah,
you just muted it.
Like high action, tension, and drama and spectacle. And we're really
I
excited.
thought we were at
to-
least
to
making
get
progress
players,
in it.
in Red Rock on
Oh,
Tuesday.
no.
That's exactly Tuesday. That's wild. And what would you say sets Mindseye apart from other
The
narrative-led
lighting
games
just
in
makes it
terms of,
look like-
gameplay or structure?
People are moving.
Yeah, I mean,
and like
certainly
shifting in their
there's kind of
seats,
a
you know?
few unique things I'd say.
Right, the
I
light
mean,
over
in
there.
particular, you know, we're
let's
trying
look
to strike
for
this
this.
balance between having a very well-paced
I mean,
story.
we're being honest, right?
But then also giving players lots
Yeah.
of opportunities
Okay.
to have like kind of excursions and adventures. And I think
let's see
Play Mindseye is
Gearbox
a really elegant way
E3.
to do that. As you're playing the story, you encounter these portals. And
If we only stream stuff that nobody could ever want to pay attention to, then they can't be mad at us for talking over
If you
it.
don't
Yeah.
want to kind of like break your immersion,
2021.
or kind of like you
Okay, right now, but we will check out some more gameplay in just a second. Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is the sequel to 2017's,
IGN's
one of the
coverage.
best-selling games on Switch. It's one of the
Lucio
only times we've
O'Brien.
ever seen really Nintendo sort of relinquish the
Are they, like,
reins
reacting
of what
to it?
other.
Wait.
This is the Ubi Post
studios
show.
were
I
allowed
think
to
I'm
do
sure
with
they
the
did them
Mario
all in a row
franchise
and
and licenses.
kind of
They
split them
let
up
have
after.
guns.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because
All
this
right,
one
so
is
here's-
actually going into.
Big Pitchford. Pitchman.
In the game, we've never met him before.
There you go. Miserable at the time, charming in retrospect, you know?
Right. Tragedy plus time.
Hey everybody, if you don't know me, I'm Randy Pitchford.
Oh,
Founder of the Gearbox Entertainment Company and executive producer of the Borderlands franchise and all of the great games that we do at Gearbox. And I am
Do you think
right
he
now
could
on
ever
the set of the
de-corny
Borderlands
himself?
motion picture in development, in production,
Lobotomy,
we're shooting.
maybe.
This is a live
No.
soundstage, and I thought, since I'm here, wouldn't it be cool if I walk you around a little bit and show you some of the cool stuff that we're doing? Let me walk you this way. This is a live set. There's guys working on the movie right now in real time. We've been everywhere. We've been.
Just don't reveal her costume?
Or her the actress. Oh.
We've been in the desert, in the sand quarries. We've been in the stone quarries, doing all kinds of amazing stuff.
Every quarry.
Actually, look, this is.
Make quarry.
Hey Eli, can I grab you for a second? Yes. This is Eli Roth,
No.
our director.
Just the amount of masks on the set. What a miserable time.
Hey everybody.
He was the
this is,
director before the
E3.
reshoots.
These
What's
are
up,
our
guys?
gamers. And you got
These are our
We
gamers?
have so much, he doesn't
So what
exist
is
in the game, but he exists in the movie in real life. It's Edgar Ramirez.
Well, Edgar Ramirez's character
That's
Atlas
cool, that's
exists
casual.
hypothetically in the game. We've never met him before in the game or in real life. We're meeting Atlas for the first time in this movie story. I'm so stoked that you're here doing this.
Thank you,
This
man.
is
I'm
gonna
very,
be-
very happy.
What do you
Yeah.
think
It's gonna
about
be a blast.
MinnMax fans who say, "Hey Ben, Randy
Look,
is
I
way
feel
more
like we're just
painful than the
getting started.
IOI
The whole
panel"?
point is to entertain people, and this movie.
How would you
Utilize
respond to
making,
that?
it's- I mean,
Chat, you want to watch Randy Pitchford walk around the set of the Borderlands movie? Or you want to watch that IOI panel? Randy or Io? Sound off in the chat. Yeah, it's a lot. We got 2 Randys.
A lot of IOs. Oh, someone says end the stream. That's an interesting
I
idea.
think that's the correct read.
Let's at least jump ahead to the end of the IOI one.
Do you think?
And by that I mean the last like 10 minutes. Or, check in throughout. We can skip around.
Well, it looks like a nuke goes off.
That's good. That's probably for the best. That's good.
Oh, hang on. This is getting warmer.
No, Hitman trailer, yeah.
Free to play.
Bond, but a lot of new take.
Ka!
The cues.
So,
Oh, he's asking questions.
Hello? Hello, hi. All right. First of all, first Hitman I ever played was on Dreamcast. I'm aging myself here. You guys are amazing. Yes,
No,
Sega
fake
Dreamcast.
gamer.
So
Oh.
thank you.
Can he hear us?
And Mads, I just got done playing Death Stranding. You are amazing. It is awesome to see you in another game. So I had questions as far as your approach with this one versus the last one that you did. Was it any different, or did it just feel like you just jumped right back into it?
They belong in the same worlds in the sense that I
Death
don't have
Stranding?
a setting. There's no sets. But the other one was more physical. That we were dressed up in ones
Oops, sorry.
and had dots on our faces and a camera up here. And luckily, I wasn't the only one. So and here it was a pitch a couple of months before I did it, and we talked back and forth about it. And then I went into the studio and I did the voice for it. So there was a difference for sure. Both had one thing in common: I had no idea what was going on. I had a hunch. But so what I saw today was just mind-blowing fun because I
Winging it on a hunch.
I will be in the midst of it. Here I'm on the outskirts of it, and then I see the product later. So it's I'm like you guys. I'm like crossing my fingers. Yeah.
Jackie D says Hitman was never on Dreamcast. Is that true?
Oh my God, I want to know.
Thank you all for your time this evening. Very much appreciated. I want to get to the topic earlier about how Bond and Hitman share a lot of connective tissue.
AI
a lot of
overview says no.
similarities. While that is an
That's
advantage, it
lied
also
to me
creates a
many
bit of a
times.
pitfall. You don't want to make a Bond game that resembles Hitman a little too
Oh,
much.
hey.
So what is the team doing to kind of
Yeah,
avoid
okay.
that and make sure that the two can stand by
Fuck
themselves as
you.
two now new pillars
What do you
for
say?
IO?
You don't want to make a Bond game that resembles Hitman too much.
So I think you're
I
absolutely.
think a lot of us want it to be exactly like Hitman.
Relax.
To even imagine building a Bond game, what it was a journey of trying to figure out where is it not Hitman and where can we lean in on the strength experience of
Where does this fucking guy
and
come
Hey.
also to Maz's point,
Come on.
just talking about the experience of actually being in a Hitman game. Hitman is a lot about like almost absolute freedom of choice. I know that it's probably stretching it a little bit too far, but we really want you to be able to like imagine all sorts of scenarios as a player, and you can then do them on your own terms, which makes it extremely hard for actors to actually know, wait, what's going on? Like and as the guys talked about, you have to record a lot of different reactions. Writers typically have to accept that what they write might not ever see daylight. People might not see it.
You think they're
miss
running
it.
something after the
I
Q&A?
think Bond is like natively different there because obviously we're telling
Like
a
going to the
story,
next
we're telling
portion
a
of the
story about
conference?
a young hero,
And that's...
and obviously Agent 47 doesn't.
There was some trailer that you think it's just them replaying. Here's a Switch 2 launch trailer.
Yeah, it was a Hitman trailer.
And that sets a certain type of pacing for the game. And so if we leaned 100% into Hitman, that
New
pacing
show plus
and that drama would
ayahuasca?
not really
Is that
be
anything?
there because, well, I mean, most of you who've played Hitman know.
We
it
watched
stands
this conference
still
on
sometimes.
ayahuasca.
You can just
Yeah,
stare in the middle
yeah.
of a level, you can just stand there and take it in and nothing happens. And that wouldn't really be great if we were doing James Bond. So I think you need to imagine that, yeah, we learned a lot about freedom of approach. We learned a lot about being creative with Hitman, and we want to inject as much of that as possible into a Bond universe and into a Bond story, but it's not the same thing.
Okay, we're going to take one more question because we want to give everyone time to go play the demos out in the lobby, okay?
Demos in the lobby of the stuff that's already out.
Hello? Can you all hear me? Okay, there you go. Quick question about the characterization of some of the kind of iconic characters in the 007 franchise. We see a new take on not only Bond, but a new take
Spawn on
on
Me,
all of those
everybody.
characters as well. Can you talk a little bit about how important it was to kind of change that up as well for the team and give a new, fresh take on some of the iconic characters that we've seen in that series?
Okay, yeah.
God, that'd be scary to ask a question, wouldn't it?
So obviously,
Yeah.
like,
Goddamn.
as you can imagine, there is a vast legacy with those characters, and there are so many interactions that people expect and they want to see in the game, and so we're obviously very mindful of that. And obviously, in the future, like not for now, we'll dig into how that unfolds. I'm sure you saw in the graphic behind Hakan when he was talking about Bond, we introduced a
Still
new
thinking
character,
I'm gonna
mix
cost a
between,
waste of time to
Money
watch
Penny,
that Netflix
M&P.
show.
So we're obviously
It's
super
so
excited to talk a
funny.
little bit about that as we.
Because it was probably late.
For now,
like,
you know,
and Jeff
we'll
Corks just to
save
like
some of that ammo.
stay in the office.
No, I
I'd
think
like
it
to
was
remind everyone
midday.
that
Oh, was
we're
it?
gonna
But
continue to do
if we were doing E3 King, so it
interviews
means you
in
have
the
to stay
lounge
later
and
writing
Right.
that.
here as
Right,
well.
right.
But we are going to conclude that for the night. Thank you guys so much, and thank you for everyone who's watching to celebrate this with us. They deserve it all.
Oh,
Thank
he's
you so
excited to
much.
leave for some reason. Eagerly hopping off that chair.
How was that guy getting paid? Just want to know.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it's free to play.
Wait, Mindseye is?
It. The Lashifra mission for those just joining us. Hitman elusive target, which always weird. They've done that before where you can play it for free, just the elusive target. But it's like it's the hardest, most punishing content in the game. I don't know what's going on.
What is up with the PP7? It's like, hey, let's give James Bond like a noisy cricket. Like, let's give him the wimpiest, tiniest little.
I don't know. I don't live in that just weird alternate reality where that's his gun and not the Walther PPK.
Yeah.
Embarrassing for you.
Embarrassing. Is it really not called the PP7?
I think it's the Walther PPK. I think PP7 is a
Is the
gun.
elusive shadow
But I could be wrong about
known
that.
only as
In GoldenEye 007,
financial
is the weapon
mastermind
called the
suspected ties to the
PPK?
criminal underworld.
Does he really have
He
like a
has arranged
signature?
a heist
Second guessing myself
poker
now for
game
sure.
at the Casino Monarchique in Paris. Our clients have deemed this unacceptable.
PP7 was created by Rare because they couldn't use branded guns.
Oh, that's
Okay,
funny.
that-
Well,
oh,
of
that
course,
makes me feel
obviously,
better.
it makes sense that you.
Oh, makes me, oh, I was about to panic.
Don't know about the newcomer, Mr. Smith, though.
Why do I feel like this is familiar?
This is turning.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in.
What is up the rest of it? There's so much time.
I thought you were eager to bike home.
I want to skip all the way through it. You know, see exactly what it all is. You know, by a couple minutes at a time, quickly. That's my vision.
Okay.
Also, actually, I did want to see what the actual items are that come with it, but I don't really care.
Just cut to a step and repeat.
Yep. Okay. Demo's getting play.
Is this gonna be like B-roll of them all playing
for 30
I was
minutes?
very interested in the poker mechanics. For me, I'm not a big fan, or like I don't know that much about poker. Let me say that. So I'm gonna have to get at least a little bit better at it to hopefully do the.
You can play some Balatro and actually get some
Hey,
experience
gamer.
playing Balatro. Maybe that will help a little bit. I don't know.
A little practice. Any excuse to play more Balatro, I'm good.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for showing up today.
That's what I was
hope
saying.
you had fun, and we're gonna get more people to interview soon.
Find you.
Why? May I ask why?
Would I have wanted to be interviewed? What could you possibly say to make a difference on any level for anybody? That's a nice looking building. It's probably a free bar.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a fun event to be at.
Stealth, you love espionage, and then obviously we got a chance to see more Mindseye, which was really cool. You know what I mean? We got our drone action, and I'm always about stealth, infiltration. So IO speaks to me on a larger level. So I thought it was a really
When it comes to
fantastic
me,
showcase.
infiltration.
Yeah, so you are a fan of IO
Drone
games.
action going on.
You're planning on playing.
Admit it, chat. You all wish you were watching him react to this.
We
We'd be having
literally
so much
just pulled
fun.
this man off of the
You
Switch
could
2.
say it,
He
chat.
was
It's
playing.
fine.
I need to know what your thoughts are.
10 out of 10. Solid game. No, actually really having a lot of fun with it. Typically,
I'm
play
actually
FPS
that
games,
miserable.
like more competitive games, but I've just recently got a Switch 2, so I'm definitely going to be hopping on
I
that.
would say nice fanny
Looking
pack,
forward
but it
to
means
James
something
Bond game
different
as
in the
well.
UK.
So that's a good warm-up, I reckon.
Yeah, that's called a vagina pack over here.
You've never played Hitman before, so now you're gonna get Hitman on your Switch too.
Exactly, yeah, definitely. Actually, no, that's a lie. So I did play one Hitman game when
Hey,
I was a
whoa.
little bit younger.
On the Dreamcast.
Absolutely. Okay. In your
funny.
opinion, who would
Oh
win
my
in a
God.
fight against Agent 47 and
Mads,
James
Mads.
Bond?
I played the game on the Dreamcast. Mads.
James Bond.
With developers up there who absolutely knew.
I think it's a fair fight, to be honest.
No way to address this.
Okay, I think you went the safe road with that. Yeah.
This has been
Was there
such a
anything tonight
big
that you were the most excited to see.
smoke screen.
Definitely the James Bond game. I want to see a bit more gameplay of that.
that is
What took me
making
away
it
was the
hard for me to
dance.
remember. We
That was the
saw
highlight for me. I really liked the dance. That was
online
cool. It came out of
co-op
Yeah.
Hitman
Yeah.
gameplay.
They were definitely like.
It's a ways out.
Yeah.
I saw the rehearsal for that this morning, and I was like,
But still.
that's
Yeah.
really cool.
What they were doing, they were taking the stuff
That's
off
cool
the
that they
stage,
showed something kind of
and these
that tech
guys
demo
coming
we
in.
hear.
It looked like the neon suits, but
And just as far as something to be playing in the future and my excitement level for it,
And then all the lights go off.
absolutely skyrocketed past anything else I saw in our 6 hours of stream
That was
today.
special for the audience
Like
that was here
insanely.
today.
Okay, okay,
Well, thank you
okay.
so
You
much
do
for
you.
showing
Okay.
up and actually getting your hands on the Switch 2 and celebrating with us.
Like ridiculous dream come true style stuff. For like 5 seconds.
Did it look good? Or just the idea of it?
How could it not be good?
I don't know. What if?
Yeah.
You know the thing you're really excited for? Just imagine it was bad though.
Yeah,
How would that
you're
make
right,
you
you're
feel?
right.
Think about that.
You're right.
That's the thing about gaming. You can't be naive. You know?
That's what they want.
Kiss the controller. Kiss the
Controller.
controller. Kiss the controller.
You're on TV. Who is watching this besides us in the world? And why?
And who's riding the audio levels? Like they put the music in sometimes?
Who had the idea to do this and then who wasn't there to make it happen before it had to be improvised live, trying everything for the first
We
time?
have someone else here with a beautiful purse, by the way.
That's
yeah.
Gucci right there.
Oh, look at that.
Just got that. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you got to actually play a little bit of Hitman today. What do you think?
I got to play it on the
God,
Switch
did I
too,
tell you that
actually.
I
Out here in the showcase.
with like my wife's
I really
first the other
loved
day?
it, honestly, it was
I had to like bring
Like, I
some
love, like,
groceries
being
home and
able
I
to,
could
like,
only
sit down
put
at
it in
a
the
table and,
purse.
like, play
I was
poker.
like, I don't want
That
a
was, like,
bag, I
really
want to pay for a
cool.
bag, so I just put it in the purse.
and then I threw a wrench.
And by the time I got
at somebody, and,
home,
like, he was like,
I was taking the jelly out, and then I had a little Gucci
People are
Gucci
having
goo.
a lot of fun with the demos.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happened? I walked into like some room, and like the guards
jelly's a
like, saw me.
goo?
Like, I took the guy I knocked out. Close,
Yeah, if you had to
and
make a
then
joke about
eventually caught on to
Gucci,
me,
what would
and
it
they,
be?
like, they took me out.
But,
I know, it's a
but then
long
it had to
walk.
go back to its home
Took me
planet.
out, yeah.
Wait, so you disguised yourself.
Yeah, what's that?
And then you end up getting caught and
Kind of
died?
playing
What
Poochie
happened?
from
I
The
disguised
Simpsons.
myself.
Yeah.
I started dragging, or I walked
Something
away,
like
and I'm
that.
like, oh wait, I have to drag the body.
Of course, you've got the
Hitman
body
game.
part, the
I tried to
gooch.
hide the body, and then like
That's a
they
big
caught
area
me,
to play in.
tried
Yeah, it's like,
hide
am I
it.
supposed to
And then
wear
I
the
tried walking
purse
around,
like on my gooch?
And then I tried
Yeah,
to, like,
apparently
hide
I
the
was
body,
putting it in
and
the
then
right
I, like,
place. Why is
got
it
up,
called a
like, act, like,
Gucci?
casual, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
there's something.
At first
Yeah,
they were
that's
like,
good.
oh,
That's
he's
good.
good. And
Yeah,
then,
like if you were
they
doing
caught
a
on to me
com-
eventually,
like
and they're like
Type
started,
5,
like, shooting me. I'm
come
like,
up on
and then
stage
they
like,
took
whoa,
me
it's
out,
called a
I'm like,
Gucci, and then you have it like strapped
And
up.
it was
Oh,
hard,
Like
like, I
fully
got the buttons
naked.
for the Switch,
Yeah,
and it's like,
that would be awesome.
Anyways, my name's Leo.
it was like, I don't know, I forgot
No
the
other
buttons,
identifying
messed me up,
information.
took me out, killed me.
Okay, so maybe whenever you do it again, you will actually complete the mission.
All right, what are we rocking with? Is it still going?
Oh, like is it live right now?
Yeah.
I can't imagine. Hang on. What's the final words she says? Does it just cut? It's just gonna cut from this wide shot.
We're gonna hear one blood-curdling scream.
Sarah says, "Stop talking over the stream."
Sorry. Jesus.
Oh my god!
Oh my god. Don't you trust these people to make a great game, folks? It's 80% off.
All right.
They wanted it to go longer.
Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We had so many announcements and reveals and deep dives and talks and trailers, and it was so special to be able to share that with you. Again, there is the Le Chiffre mission that you can play for free right now. Doesn't matter if you own the game. So there's a lot coming out, a roadmap of a lot more announcements this year, and you're going to be able to play 007 next year. So again, thank you so much. Hope you had a wonderful night. We'll be back.
You don't have to be. I have never worked with any kind of video interface that is that old as what we saw.
They're pushed. This is their promotional screen. They don't show the name of the game. Am I blind? This no. All right, there we go, everybody.
That's fantastic.
Oh, and that's the Summer Games Fest. Till tomorrow, we'll be back with reaction stream to. Let's look at the schedule for that.
Pew
stuff,
Pew Bang coverage tomorrow of the Wholesome Games.
God damn, for Wholesome Games. I want to say that's at noon, isn't it?
Sure.
We can't lie.
Kind of Hitman inspired turtleneck there for the exclusive 007 outfit.
Oh, cool. Turtlenecks are pretty cool. Yeah, so Wholesome Games at
3 seconds autoplay YouTube. You're insane.
Yeah.
You're insane for that.
Wholesome Games happening at 11 a.m. Central, and then Women Led Games Showcase. That's happening at noon Central. Yeah, it's gonna be Haley and Sarah on YouTube.
Good afternoon, 47.
Did you want to watch this?
Just kind of letting it go.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate it. More reaction streams in the future here. Do you want something? Is this an old trailer or something? What are we looking at?
This is a really old trailer.
Was that the start of this? What'd you click on?
This is the very start of the broadcast.
And it's like a trailer from 3 years ago or something?
I think this might have even been Hitman 2.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate it. Bye.